someone talked about app versus delegated, and we're going to jump into that. And when we start looking at the difference between, these tools, delegated, I hate the term delegated and application permissions because it's an application. So is it an application permission, or is it a delegated application permission? Bad wording, once again, from Microsoft. But when we look at these things, and I literally had to do more with permissions from an application permissions perspective than a delegated permissions perspective. Do you know why, Nick?
Do tell.
I wanted to crawl a tenant looking for versions per file, and I couldn't do it with delegated permissions. I had to grant consent for application. I had to log in as the administrator and change that, right? So, when you actually start talking about delegated versus application, it's vitally important that you understand the differences between this. Nick, do you want to take this one?
Yes. So, if we understand that we have a permission that an application has that we have been granted, or that we have granted to the app, and then of course there's the, as the name implies, a delegated permission. So an application acts on behalf of the user that it signs in as. However, we need to consider that those rights still need to be granted, still need to be defined. The upside is that in theory, it can't do more than the user could do by themselves. So whatever rights the user had, those rights are then promoted forward to that application. And the good thing is that in theory, just like the theoretical example of a voice assistant that was installed in Alistair's tenant, hopefully that voice assistant can only read Alistair's calendar in theory.
Yes, the age-old example. So from a delegated permissions perspective, for those that are on the call that work with software vendors that are building applications to go collect data from your environment, we'll typically be okay with giving them a .read .all, right? Because it's collecting data, which is okay. When we start talking about application permissions, right? Now you are literally handing the keys to the kingdom to that application. Doesn't have to look at the context of the user or logging in as that user or performing functions as that user from a security context perspective. And once you actually go in and you consent, an administrator would have to consent from an application permission perspective when we look at Graph API permissions that you want, right? Because that's really what we're talking about. I want to be able to read a file that's living in SharePoint, or I want to check someone's mailbox, right? Again, I want to check someone's mailbox. If I want to read other people's mailboxes, application permissions is where I actually do it. And it's by design, it's supposed to be there. I've literally built an application over the last 4 days, where I had to give it application permissions because it needed to perform a function across all the sites in my tenant, not just the sites that I have access to. So it runs headless without you knowing, right? It can perform functions as if it was a global administrator, right? Because you will grant them specific permissions that way. So like Nick was saying earlier on, if you look at delegated versus application permissions, delegated permissions, I can read my mailbox. Application permissions, the same call, the same permission endpoint-wise, mail.read, I can now read everyone's mailboxes. And when we look at the difference, from granting those permissions, it's done once and it's there, right? Well, on both sides. The signed-in user is the user context, the application itself from an application permissions. That's the context of how that non-human identity can perform a specific function inside of the organization. And there's a few things that you should be thinking about, right? When you look at applications that request these sorts of permissions, because governance starts at the beginning, not halfway through or at the end of where that application is. And when we look at the types of permissions, from I suppose a security posture perspective, that's going to scare you, Nick. I mean, look at those.
Do you remember what my favorite application is that tends to have these type of rights?
It was one of those backup vendors, right?
That's right. And
yes,
believe it or not, most backup vendors install with what we would consider to be global admin equivalent permissions, which means that if they have a right such as directory.readwrite.all, which is the second permission on the slide, or the last one, app role assignment.readwrite.all, effectively, you can choose to do anything and you're not in the global administrators group.